The overwhelming ancestry of modern Homo sapiens traces back to population that evolved in Africa. So, who were these people? Who were the humans sitting inside the Blombos cave 100,000 years ago? To answer that question, we need to step back even further. We need to look at the origin of Homo sapiens itself. For many years, scientists debated two broad explanations for the origin of modern humans. I call them the two schools of thoughts about human origin. One argument, often associated with the multi-regional evolution, suggested that modern humans developed from earlier human populations in different parts of the world, while remaining connected through gene flow. Another model argued that Homo sapiens emerged primarily in Africa before expanding across the world. Today, ancient DNA has changed this discussion. We now know that the story was not simple replacement. When Homo sapiens expanded beyond Africa, they encountered other human populations, including the Neanderthals. The genetic evidence shows that archaic humans contributed only a relatively small portion of ancestry of living population. The overwhelming ancestry of modern Homo sapiens traces back to population that evolved in Africa. At the same time, researchers increasingly describe the African origin of our species as a complex process involving population across the continent rather than a single isolated birthplace. And that brings us back to Blombos cave. The people who occupied that cave were not simple mysterious civilization that appeared outside the human story. They were part of that story, our story. They were Homo sapiens. They belong to deep African history of the species that would eventually spread across the planet. So, this documentary is not about claiming that every important human achievement began in one place. And it is not about replacing one myth of human superiority with another. The evidence does not need exaggeration. What archaeology already tells us is remarkable enough. Around 100,000 years ago, Homo sapiens in southern Africa were deliberately gathering, processing, combining, and storing materials in ways that require planning and knowledge of their environments.